Yes. All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to the show. If you're here live, I apologize for the late start, the delayed start. Things are just always coming up in my world at the last minute. You know, when you do YouTube and you've got other things going on in your life and everything just hits you at once. You just got to do what you got to do. So my apologies if you're here live and you've been waiting for a little bit. If you're on the replay, it's all good. It's all good. It's on demand, so you don't have to worry about that. Anyway, it's another beautiful day here in Redwood City, California, where I live. And one super troll out there says, I'm just going to dox myself and dox the area. Yeah, right. Right. If everything is considered doxing, then we just can't do video anywhere, right? It amazes me what some people will say and do just to get attention out here on YouTube or on social media or attention in general. It's just really, really pathetic. But I have a very how do I say this the right way? I have a very interesting show here today. It's going to be a very touching show. I'm sure it's probably going to stir up some dog do. Let's just call it dog do for right now. It's the beginning of the stream and the video, so we don't get demonetized. I'm not here to stir up the pot or anything. I'm here to speak of the facts and help as many people as possible, work through things. That's what I do as a coach. I help people work through things, right? And lately I've been focusing on this one guy. He's a mid-30s millennial, and unfortunately, he's going to be this subject again, primarily because, I just can't sit here and leave people hanging that have been a part of my audience for a long time, that have come back to support this channel. I can't leave them hanging. And again, I don't want to make this a drama stream. You want to call it a drama stream, call it a drama stream. I'm not here to create drama. I'm here to share exactly what's going on so I can help you folks understand what's going on and know the truth about what's going on and what's been going on. So that way you don't just waste your time and money on someone or a group of people that aren't going to get you anywhere and don't really give a damn about you. Yep. Yeah, so the Louisiana man is botting me again. Yeah, sir, I see you making your way around the drama sphere, stirring things up because you're miserable at home. Sir, because you're in a loveless and sexless relationship or marriage and you're unhappy, right? Maybe business is slow, who knows, right? So, folks, these numbers here right now are not legitimate numbers. YouTube will remove them. YouTube will remove, the fake botted views. Hey, Casualty Unfiltered Forever. Hey, Stephanie, how you doing? Michael, I am here, man. I ran a little late. Sorry. He's ready to rumble. Hey, Coach J-Rom. Hey, Empress Janet. How you doing? Glad you got my message in your chat earlier. I had to run. Amish, how you doing? God works in mysterious ways, and so does karma. Lewis, welcome. You just gave me a like. I appreciate that. Anyway, yeah, folks. Lewis, if people keep asking about, the live viewers, just let them know that some loser in Louisiana is botting me. Some, mid 40s grown ass man that's behaving like a little kid is botting me. So I don't want to focus on it for the rest of the show. It's all good. Thanks, Eli. Shared out the video. I appreciate it, Empress Janet. And by the way, Empress Janet. Oh, by the way, folks, also, I'm on the trail again where I get cut off every so often. And if that happens, I'll be back within 30 to 60 seconds. Lewis will make you aware. Lewis has been the head moderator here while Queen has been taking a break. She's been really focused. Queen Helen Case is still around. She's just really focused on Twitter right now and has a lot going on there. She's like going viral on Twitter. And there's a lot going on with, this war in the Ukraine by Russia and lots of other crazy stories. So she's taking a little break from YouTube live streams, but she's still in the Coach Eli moderator group behind the scenes, and she's doing well. Just wanted to let you folks all know Queen Helen Casey is doing well. Donnie Deranged. Hey, Coach, I'm listening while going an hour on the treadmill. It's amazing what good sleep and positivity will do. Yeah, it sure does. Or it sure is amazing, which is what I'm trying to say. You, somebody I've known from the past, obviously, on a sock. It's all good, man. We're not going to ban you. It's all good. But yeah, Empress Janet and I talked on my stream yesterday. And, she was in the chat, I was addressing her. And we communicated through email. And more than likely tomorrow, at some point, her and I are going to do a one-on-one on her channel live. And it's going to probably be, we haven't finalized yet, but it's probably going to be around 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And then I'll do a walk after that. And we're going to just discuss anything and everything. I told Janet, hey, nothing's off the table. I'm not worried about discussing anything and everything. Of course, I will be respectful to people's privacy. And it's not going to be about attacking anyone or anything. But, we're going to have a nice chat on our channel tomorrow. And we're going to really start to, get things going with some real positive content creators out here. And we want to welcome more and more positive people, even if you were stuck in negativity for a while, even if you were on the dark side for a while and you just realized that, hey, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I didn't realize I was being played or taken advantage of, right? We'll welcome you too, as long as you can put that behind you and not play any more games. It's the bottom line. It is sad how people buy bots and then waste their money. Yeah, I think it cost this guy a few dollars, maybe $5. It's not that big of a deal. It doesn't affect me in any way, bro. The correct amount of views will be displayed on the replay. So it's not a big deal, bro. And, it's not going to affect people from super chatting or donating if they want. Folks, there are a few ways you can donate to this channel, by the way, if you like. I hardly talk about it, but every now and then, as a YouTuber, I need to, and I want to. We all do, right? Nightbot is sharing my PayPal and Cash App links every 7 minutes. They're also below in the description section. Or if you want to get noticed, you can hit the super chat at the bottom of the chat. Send a highlighted message of any amount, I believe up to $500. The greater the dollar amount, the longer the message will stay highlighted in the chat. Or you can send a super sticker if you're too lazy to type something out. I'm not a big fan of, animated, what do they call them, Giphies or Jiffies or whatever, Giphies, right? But hey, money's money, right? I'm not going to complain about that. But I actually do prefer to get an actual message so I can respond to it. I'll thank you either way, but, messages mean a lot more on top of the money. So, let's see here. We've got 9 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up, folks. Also, just to be upfront and transparent, I'm pretty sure the mid-30s millennial is simulcasting me again, as he does every day. Especially when I'm talking about him. No problem, sir. I'm not worried about it. Again, I'm not going to flag you or anything. I haven't flagged you or anything like that. Karma, in the end, will take care of that, bro. The things you do are going to affect how karma plays upon yourself, man. How karma pans out for you. So that's okay. Not a big deal. I put out a posting on my community tab earlier today, and literally, like 10 minutes later, the mid-30s guy made a video on it. And what he doesn't realize is I purposefully put out that video, or purposefully put out that screenshot to see how long it would take for him to respond. It just goes to show that this dude is watching me like a hawk because he's still getting paid by Texas Caregiver to respond to me, and other people too. But obviously, if he had other things to do and focus on other things, he wouldn't have seen that posting. He saw that posting literally right away and made a video like within 10 minutes of me making that posting. He must have a browser tab open with my community wall, and he probably refreshes it like every 2 minutes. Wow. Someone's got a lot of time on their hands. A lot of time. Empress Janet with a $2 super chat. Pay to play. Well, you don't have to pay to play here. Janet, pay to play is something that some women in the dating world, will do. And, if guys want to play with them per se, let's just put it that way to be YouTube compliant. If guys want to play with those women that say they're looking for a guy to pay to play, you know what that means. But that's funny, Janet. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Today, folks, I've got some things to talk about. Obviously, the topic is karma has no deadline. In general, karma has no deadline. And like I've been saying all along, what you put out into the universe is what you're going to get back. And the difference of you having good karma or bad karma is how you show up in the world and what you do in the world to other people, how you treat other people, right? It's going to determine whether you have good karma or bad karma, right? Tell me I'm wrong, Lewis Fuller. How you doing, bro? Good afternoon, Eli. Says Lewis. This guy must like you like a superstar, but in a trolling way. Which guy are you talking about? Are you talking about the mid-30s millennial? You know who he is, right? I just don't want to mention his name. Lewis, you know who he is. I've known of him for over 5 years now. And he's been doing the same thing for the last, he didn't start doing this drama stuff until about 6 months to a year after I started to know him. So for the last 4 years plus, he's been doing the same thing. And pretty much everyone now has figured out his MO, except for the new people. He tries to pull fast ones on new people that aren't aware of his MO on how he does things, which is why I'm doing this stream today. And it's also why I tagged in the GW channel. I guess it's called the GW channel. Granny's watching. I guess she's now a supporter of the mid-30s guy. And this, we're just going to refer to her as GW throughout the show. It's Granny's watching. I guess she's been a long time hater of another content creator out here by the name of Natasha Cooper, who runs the Recline with Natasha channel and a few other channels as well too, most of which are monetized. And this was something I was going to talk about yesterday, but I needed to find out more. I wanted to find out more about what's going on so I can talk about it properly. And there is a vested interest I do have in this because there are some people that I'm just going to go on a limb and assume are no longer involved with the mid-30s millennial guy. And I want to speak of them here today in a genuine and positive way and give them an opportunity to, have some friendship again, have a friendship again. Let's just put it that way. Because I've been seeing a lot of things happening lately throughout this mid-30 millennials community, and the reason why I'm so invested in it is because it's affected me, and I've had to figure out, how to work around this, right? How to stop, what he's done all these years that has affected me from growing out here on YouTube, and I've finally figured it out. I have figured it out. He's going to say otherwise, but I have figured it out. And now that I've figured it out, I'm executing my plan and making people aware of what I figured out and what's really going on. So, who knows? Who knows? Maybe some people will see the light and get out of the danger zone before they get sucked into it. And they want to participate with myself and Empress Janet, Lewis Fuller, and many other content creators that have positive content, too many to mention right now. Lewis, feel free to mention any of those content creators in the chat or share any links in the chat you like, bro. You have freedom of reign here with your mod wrench. Now, I'm going to go off the air for a second because I'm sure I'm getting more chat messages and it's not refreshing. Be right back. Okay. So, looks like no one's chatting. People are just listening intently. I'm going to be talking about several people, but one person in particular I really want to highlight here for a little bit at least, because I want to pay this woman some props. And I want to share my thoughts about what I've heard that's been going on, and be there in a supportive role. I'm going to make it very, very clear that I have nothing negative to say about this woman or anyone else that I talk about here today that she associates with, and these are people that I used to associate with and have a pretty good relationship with. Maybe all wasn't perfect. Maybe we all didn't see eye to eye on everything we talked about, but we all used to get along. We were all civil with each other. And then, somehow we worked our way through this mid-30 millennials channel. Well, I was already a part of, knowing him. I was one of the first ones to bring him into the group because I thought he was a decent guy initially. But between him and an early 40s guy that's a news reporter. And I'm not mentioning these channels' names because I don't want to give any notoriety. I don't want people going over there. If you already know, not a big deal. I just don't want new people going there. These guys have both been paid by a fake sponsor that runs a fake caregiving business that came into a lot of money. After his parents passed away years ago. And he's been paying the mid-30s guy and the early 40s guy a ton of money to attack people on and off of YouTube. It's gone both on and off of YouTube, right? And he can deny it all he wants. But if I need to furnish proof one day, about what he's done to me personally, and, the mid-30s guy and the early 40s guy, I have videos that they made that I can reincarnate on a private server of mine. I will never put it publicly out here on YouTube. I'd put it on a private server on one of my websites and share the links privately with anyone that wants to see. If anyone wants to question anything that I say here today, feel free to reach out to me, and I will send you any proof that you need. I'm done. I'm done with people questioning my integrity. I'm done with the manipulators out here that spin things in every way to Sunday and, defame your character and destroy your character. I'm done with all that crap. I'm going to speak my mind, share how I feel, and if anyone has any questions, you can email me privately. My email's will in the description, Coach Eli at coacheliasmelas.com. Hello, Tara M. New sub here. Where are you from, Tara? Are you from... How did you find out about this stream? I'm sure you're not from the mid-30s guy, or the mid-30 guys channel. You're probably from Granny's Watching or from Natasha, right? Yeah, I know people are really invested in this story. There's a lot of drama, but I'm not here to create drama. I'm not a drama channel. I'm just here to share what's going on. So you folks know that a lot of this drama that's happening is fake and instigated. But a lot of things too, in the way people are treated, is real. And people are shuffled through, the mid-30s guy and the early 40s guy, the early 40 guys channel. Both those channels, people are shuffled through like props. Even people that are very close to both those creators. You are all disposable. You don't deserve to be disposable, but you are all disposable. California Forward Outdoors, how you doing? You know what, Lewis? Can you send me California Forward Outdoors channel link behind the scenes? I want to moderate California Forward Outdoors once I verify it's the actual channel here. Some people have clones. Hello, ma'am. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Tara says, New Jersey, saw entirely too much from any of those creators. Do not follow any of them. Yeah. Well, you realize, Tara, that it's all fake instigated drama that's store-bought by a fake sponsor running a fake caregiving business, right? And they're not going to tell you that because that's their gig. That's how they make money, right? And they try to control you, and they try to preach loyalty on you. And if you go somewhere else like my channel, they shame you after you've given tons of money to them already, right? And I'm just here to basically, raise awareness to any new people that are going to go over there before they waste their time and their money. And before they get hurt, especially women will even get more hurt because you ladies are more emotional beings, right? I'm more so concerned about the women that go through the mid-30 guys channel than the men. Sure, I care about the men too. But men can typically just say, all right, you know what, we fucked up. We gave this guy money. We'll just move on. Women are emotional beings. You're going to be hurt. And the mid-30s guy and the early 40s guy, they're going to play women differently than men because they play and prey, P-R-E-Y, on your vulnerabilities. And if I can protect people from getting hurt, then so be it, right? by raising the awareness. It's all good. And you know what? I'm actually glad he's simulcasting me. I'm sure he is, because even his people are hearing this, right? And the women in this chat, they may hate me, right? But they're listening to what I'm saying, and they probably know I'm right. But they still support him for some reason, right? Or maybe they might be trying to figure out if I'm right or wrong. Maybe they're thinking about it. They're looking at his actions more closely. If I can raise awareness, whether people watch it here on my channel or his, that's all I'm here to do. I met a lot of great people out here on YouTube. Good people that have been swayed into the dark side by this mid-30s guy and early 40s guy. But I'm more so here to talk about the mid-30s guy. And I'm here to talk about some other people that I've heard. Don't have concrete proof, but I've heard they're no longer a part of his group. So I'll get to that in just a second. People need to grow up and stop acting like children, says California Ford Outdoors. We're going to talk about also Granny's watching. And ma'am, I'm sure you're watching on the simulcast, because you're going to be, I guess, on a live stream panel with the mid-30s guy tonight, talking about Natasha and how supposedly she scammed people, right? And I don't believe that for a second. I mean, I haven't looked into it too far, right? But I pretty much know what this all boils down to. And I'll share more about that in a little bit, but you know, it's just, it's basically people trying to leverage each other for supporters and more donors, or people that donate, right? That's what it all boils down to. That's what the mid-30s guy's doing. That's what, you know, Granny's watching is doing. And yes, Natasha wants to grow as well, but she's already pretty. She's a pretty decent sized. She has a pretty decent sized network. She's got way more supporters, you know, way more subscribers than all these other people, and even way more active supporters, which is more important. I mean, active supporters, right? 500-600 people on a live stream, right? I think it's more so about the mid-30s guy and Granny's watching, trying to leverage, you know, each other and Natasha. And Granny's watching, I'll tell you this, just stick around. I'm actually going to share some things with you that can save you a big headache. Not now, but down the road. So you may get something out of this initially, but if you go back and look at the history of the mid-30s guy and how he uses people for content, and even women too, and then disposes of them once he has no use for them, you'll see. You'll see what this is all going to create. You have no idea what you're getting yourself into because you don't know the backstory. And because the mid-30s guy has talked so much shit about me to you and his people, right? And because you have a common interest with him, common interest with him regarding Natasha, right? That's your connection right there, right? But see, you don't understand what that connection is going to cost you, ma'am, in the long run. And when I say cost you, not only cost you financially, but emotionally. You got no idea, ma'am. Got no idea what's coming. Let me reset my chat here real quick. I'll be right back. Let me see here. California Port Outdoors. Hello, Coach Eli. Okay. Sir, I'm as real Apple. Oh, I know you are. I know you're real, but people make clone accounts. So that's why I haven't moderated you right now. California Ford Outdoors. I want to wait to do it for my laptop so I can verify it's not a clone account of yours. I know you're real. I'd rather go hiking than to go to a channel that will degrade people, Coach Eli. I agree with you on that. Crime Inc. I'm from the crime community. What's going on? There are not 224 people here, Lewis. You didn't hear what I said earlier. We're getting botted by that mid-40s, guy from Louisiana that's miserable. He's in a miserable marriage, and he has nothing better to do than troll and bot people on YouTube. I hope you heard that, Lewis. You need to do some research before you talk on it. Well, Crime Inc., I don't know who you are, and I've got enough to make my story, and I'm going to share what I feel like sharing. Lewis, don't ban anyone unless they're really, really out of line or they attack or anything. Let people talk, right? It's all good, right? I'm going to share what I know. And you probably missed the first part of the show where I said, hey, I don't have concrete proof, but I can put two and two together. And I have an idea of what's going on. And this might, get some people to reach out to me that I would love to possibly reconnect with. Or hopefully reconnect with. That's all, bro. If you're a bro, Crime Inc., you could be a woman, but I'm assuming you're a bro. It's so sad how YouTube allows this childish behavior. No wonder I go outside and enjoy the day. They allow it to a certain extent as long as you don't violate the guidelines. But drama makes them a lot of money as long as it's within the guidelines. The problem is most people push their drama that violates monetization policies and community guidelines, so they get removed eventually. Crime Inc., go back to Granny watching. I'm not from Granny's watch. Michael says these people need to be called out. They're going to. If you do a little research, I have my own community, says Crime Inc. Coach J.R., she'll learn like everyone else learns when it's too late. Yeah, J.R., I'm going to send you an email. I don't think you probably had a chance to get back to me yet. Coach Eli is very brave. He is an awareness channel, brings only the pure facts and truth. Pure facts 100%. Yeah, that's what I do. And the mid-30s guy knows that. And I'm sure even Granny's watching knows that. But see, these people create fake instigated drama. The way they make money is creating fake instigated drama and making it appear real. Because if it doesn't appear real to the audience and they know it's fake, they're not gonna come around, drop everything to come around, and then donate to them, right? So that's what it all boils down to, and that's what I'm trying to get people to understand. The big thing on YouTube now, which is the easiest way for a creator to make money very quickly, is to create a fake instigating drama channel. That's what it is. But it's not. But it's not sustainable long term. Because the things that these people have to do violate the monetization policies and community guidelines, and eventually they get removed from the YouTube partner program, just like the mid-30s millennial did for the second time in 2 years on two different channels, and then their channels get shut down after that, right? So it might make you money quickly right away, right? But it's not sustainable long term. And even though you're pretending, you're creating fake stuff with people, it appears real to them. And when they figure out that you played them for content and money, and even if you try to apologize to them, they're not going to forgive you. They're not going to trust you, right? That's the truth. You tell me I'm wrong. So, and folks, I'm going to go off the air for a second here. I got to use the restroom real quick before somebody comes. All right, we're back. Hey, Lewis or anyone else, can you hear me and see me? Let me know. me see here. No problem, Coach Eli. Just that people need to stop acting like children and do something constructive. I agree with you, California Ford Outdoors. She a troll? Crime Inc. If you did a little bit of research, you would understand Natasha has hundreds of videos about scamming people. If she's scamming people, then why hasn't she been arrested and removed? That's my question, right? See, this is the problem I have with you people, right? If people are truly scamming people, they will be questioned and they will be removed, okay? And so I'm not saying she has or hasn't. I don't have any proof here. I'm just going by how I know drama people are that have fewer subscribers than a major, you know, than a channel with way more subs. Right? Hey, you guys could be right. Maybe she has done some things that are questionable, right? But I haven't seen any of it. And if she's been doing it for a long time, then why hasn't YouTube shut her down for spam and deceptive practices? She's got multiple monetized channels. I think this is more of a jealousy thing than anything, right? And let me say this, Crime Inc. I'm the biggest how do I say this the right way? I'm the biggest goody on the planet, right? I follow the law of the T, but here's the thing, bro. Even to the best of us, how many of us haven't pushed the boundaries on stuff to get ahead at all in our life? We've all done it. Okay? So, you know, even if she slightly pushed the boundaries on something, who hasn't done that? So can you really hold that against her? Now, if she's swindling tons of money from people and saying it's going to a good cause or something like that, that's a different thing. But if she's just getting a lot of donations for creating drama shit shows like the mid-30s guy does, then what's the big deal? Excuse me. You know, I don't need to hear things like someone's being bad in bed. That's really a childish thing for grown-ass people in their 40s to say, is to say my ex-man was bad in bed because we're no longer together, right? I mean, that's basically making you look bad when you actually did nothing wrong. I'll get to that in a second. But come on, can we be a little more mature about how we handle this stuff? Right? Right? And you got to realize that, you know, when you're a woman in your late 40s and you're dating a man in their mid 30s, your maturity level is going to be far superior to theirs, especially the millennial generation, right? And I'll get to her in a second. I have nothing but good things to say about her. I'm not going to mention her name, and I'm not saying anything negative. And ma'am, if you're watching, I'm on your side. And I bet most of you didn't expect me to say that. I've never not been on her side. But we'll get to that in a second. Let's get this show going, and then we'll get to that. And then we'll also get to Granny's watching, and I'll share everything. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose Live Edition, live from the San Francisco Bay Trail in beautiful Redwood City, California. This is episode number 256, 256 of these. And the topic today is, I'm going to wait for this person to pop on by or walk on by. The topic is karma has no deadline. Karma has no deadline. Haven't done one of these in a while. Let's do it again, because karma truly has no deadline. I tagged in. Granny's watching. Get out now before it's too late. Karma has no deadline. Granny's watching. Get out now before it's too late. Or the same thing will happen to you that's happened to multiple women over the last 3 to 4 years. That's all I'm going to say. Well, there's more. That's all I'm going to say for now, that is. Right? It's the same repetitive pattern. Over and over and over and over and over again. Same repetitive pattern. So, grannies watching, if you want to be the next victim, right? Get out now. But see, here's what's enticing to you, grannies watching. And I'm not mad at you. I'm not triggered. I'm a cool dude. You can come at me and I won't come at you. Like, I've got too many other important things to talk about. But I'm trying to do you a favor here, right? And you're probably going to tell me to F off and who the hell do I think I am? And it doesn't matter, because when what I say here happens 6 months, a year down the road or sooner, you're going to remember what I said. It's not going to matter if you respond to me at that point or not. It doesn't matter what you say now. It matters what happens 3, 6 months down the road, a year down the road. It's the same vicious cycle. See, all those videos from the past on the mid-30s millennial channels, they've been removed for many reasons. Number one, he doesn't want you to see what he did to other women. And number two, his channels are getting demonetized for putting that stuff out there. So he has to clean up his act or he's going to get removed, right? So here's the thing. Granny's watching. You, ma'am, you've got what, 3.5K, almost 4K subs. Congratulations to you. I'm about to hit 5K subs. It might happen during this stream. So you and I are roughly in the same boat. The mid-30s guy, maybe he's in the same boat. He's got one channel, I think, closing in on 4K subs, his original one from the past that he no longer really uses. Because that was the first channel that got demonetized years ago because I was flagging him for doing the same shit he's doing today. But I no longer flag him in today's, during, this period of time because it's not necessary. Too many other people are doing that for me. I don't have time to do it. And other people are doing it for me. And it's not even my people. It's just other people he's pissed off. And it's also, he's also burning himself with the content he's creating. It just violates the community guidelines and the monetization policies. And here's the thing, grannies watching, I know you're monetized too. And if you don't stop doing what you're doing at the level you're doing it, you're going to get demonetized as well. That's my prediction. I don't want to see that happen. You're probably not a bad person. But you're realizing that drama really sells on YouTube, and in order to make quick money, you got to create fake instigated drama, right? And then collaborate with other people that are creating fake instigated drama, right? And then attacking people that are better than you, grannies watching, and also the mid-30s guy at doing fake instigating drama than you both are, such as Natasha. She creates fake instigated drama too. Now, some of her drama can be real, and I'm sure yours and the mid-30s guy and the mid-30 guy's drama can be real too, but most of it's all fake and instigated. For super chats, PayPals, Cash Apps, and all that, right? Tell me I'm wrong. Kim, are you the same Kim that's known me in the past from that group? Are you Kim W? If you are, that's fine. I'm not worried. I just want to know who you are. Are you Kim W? Because this might be one hell of a reunion party after what I say here today, and where you folks know I stand and where I'm coming from. Somebody's coming. I'm going to come on down. I'm going to have to reset the chat in a second if I don't see somebody chatting. When I'm on this trail, my chat freezes more often, and I have to go offline and come back for it to catch up. I really wish that there would be a better way to do this. They would fix it. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Hello from the Philippines. Mercy Kalnand. Welcome to the show. How'd you find out about the show here? Empress Janet says, it works for me, Eli. I will set it up. Only me and you on the panel, 1 p.m. Eastern. I will set the live, brother. Fantastic. Tomorrow on Empress Janet's channel. Lewis, can you share Empress Janet's channel in the chat, please? And I'll promote this. If you set it up, I will promote this after this show or after my show from the studio tonight. I'll share more about that in a bit. I'm going to be doing an in-studio stream tonight as well regarding how to avoid, scammers. How to identify and avoid dating or scammers on dating apps. I can't even talk. How to identify and avoid scammers on dating apps. There we go. Gosh, Eli, you got too much to say. Slow it down, bro. Slow your roll. Okay, I'm back in the stream. I just shared out Carolina Ford's YouTube channel in the Coach Eli moderator chat. Lewis, can you share her channel and also Empress Janet's channel here in the chat of the live stream? I'm ready to do the show, says Janet. May I restream, Coach, so I can debunk the lies being told in real time? I mean, if you want, that's fine, Janet. It doesn't matter. You've got people over there that, are going to watch you there regardless, so it doesn't matter. I'm not worried about it. Do what you got to do. Let's see. The mid-30s guy used her. I bet you are better than him. I'll let RJ know as well, says Michael. Kim, I don't know if that's you, Kim W, or a troll. I don't need to compare, if I'm a better lover than the mid-30s guy or not. This is not about that. And that's a very immature way to look at it. But I understand you ladies are emotional beings, and you act like little kids when you get your fifis hurt by a guy. Instead of just rising above it and saying, you know what, he just wasn't worth it. There are much better men out there that deserve my time. We're grown-ass people here. We don't need to be sitting here and acting like little fucking kids. I'm not triggered at you, Kim. I appreciate you stating what you're stating. But I don't think the real Kim would even talk that way. I think it's a troll. I think it might be the super troll. So anyway. So yeah, this whole thing for Granny's watching is just trying to leverage the mid-30s network, which, ma'am, your network is way bigger than his. He has a lot more to take from you than you have from him. He's got nothing to take from. You supporting him on this Natasha thing is only going to benefit him and not get you anywhere. You're only making your supporters and her supporters more aware of him, and you and Natasha are both bigger channels than him and have more active, subscribers than him. If you're looking at it from a business standpoint, Granny's watching, it's a really shitty business move, what you're doing, right? If you don't care about the money and you just want to get back at Natasha, I could somewhat understand that, but I think that's the wrong thing to do. This is stuff that you don't really need to talk about on YouTube, but drama sells, which is why you talk about it, right? Right? And, from what I heard, it was GW Granny's watching that reported Natasha's bank account multiple times for fraud, and they shut down her bank account, and she can't access her money. Her daughter can't access her money. That's what I heard. That's really messed up. Those young guys that are doing track, they're running on the trail. They're wearing trail runners. I bought myself a pair of trail runners a few months back. When I'm fully healed from my sciatica, which is almost there, I'll probably start running on this trail. I'll get my trail runners on at that point. I either usually wear hiking boots or just regular tennis shoes on this trail. When you're running, you definitely want trail runners on any dirt trail. You have better stability and traction. If you're going hiking, like, you know, in the woods, some people wear trail runners. Yeah, it'll give you some traction, but it won't give you ankle support, and it won't give you as much traction as hiking boots will give you. Use trail runners for trails like this. When you run, use hiking boots when you're in the woods, especially if you have rolling hills and stuff. With a lot of these guys, I think they're all done now. All right, it's a little distracting when you have a bunch of guys running fast on the trail in a big group next to you. Anyway, so that's that. That's as far as I'm going to go with Granny's watching. Granny's watching. If you want to talk, I can share more with you behind the scenes. But if not, hey, no worries. I'm just being a good Samaritan here, that's all. Again, you're probably watching the simulcast on the mid-30s, the Mid-30 Guys channel, and that's fine. You'll just find out the hard way, ma'am. You're going to find out the hard way. You know, I've tried to warn so many people, so many women, and I'm not trying to say I told you so or anything, because, you know, a good friend of mine, you know, got close with him, and it cost us our friendship, and I didn't like it when that happened, and neither did she. And I'll share more about that in a few, and this is going to be respectful, because I know what this woman has been through. I'm not going to go through details of her life. That's all personal stuff. But I've talked with her many times in the past, and I know the type of trauma she's been through, similar as what my lady's been through. My girlfriend's been through a lot of similar trauma as this other woman. We're going to refer to her as the former Mrs. Lycan, because I'm assuming she's no longer Mrs. Lycan, according to what I'm hearing. Now, my only, and here's the thing. The only thing that I'll throw in here, because you never know, is that she was really good at creating fake instigated drama. She's good, you know. She's, you know, been an actress in Hollywood, and she's done a lot of great stuff. So she knows she's good at this stuff, real good. So the only thing I could be thinking is, if this isn't real, and they're still together, and this other GW is just a prop, and they're fooling all of us, then holy shit, man. I'm like, but see, when it comes to this mid-30s guy and what they've been doing with the fake instigated drama stuff, you can't take anything off the table. And I'm only throwing that in there just in case that's what's happening, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that she's no longer involved. And I'll share my thoughts on that in just a second. But I want to check out the chat, and I'm going to go off the air for a second to reset my chat here. Be right back. Let me see here. The Wi-Fi connection sucks where you're at. Are you talking to me, Lewis? You're talking about the 5G? Yes, it does suck here because there's electrical interference. It's not the connection, it's the electrical interference on the trail. I just love this trail. Kim says he makes no money. No, he makes some. He gets paid unless there's something I don't know, unless his sponsor is no longer sponsoring him. Unless you know something that I don't know, that Texas River no longer sponsors him or anyone else on YouTube, including the early 40s guy, that'd be news to me. I think you're talking on top of that sponsorship. Or maybe he's gotten the real job. Who knows? I don't know what's going on. I haven't followed it. I only go by what I've been hearing. I'm going by what I've been hearing lately because it's been affecting myself. We confirming then, Eli, will make it for Empress Janet at 1 p.m. Eastern. Yes, I already said that, Janet. Maybe you missed that. Yeah, you're on a live stream too. Yes, that's correct, says Michael. What's correct? Whoa. You're allowing the rewind function now. I'll get to that in a second, J-Ron. Lewis Fuller says, yes, he's still being sponsored. Michael, how do you know he's still being sponsored? Michael, how do you know this for a fact? Michael, you need to know a lot. J-Rom, yes. I am forced to allow the rewind. I'll tell you why. When YouTube switched to the new studio from the old video manager years ago, the only way you could disable the DVR with a live stream is by going to the live control room in the back end. And there was no direct link to it. You had to go from an in-studio live stream link and then copy and paste the video link of the mobile live stream, and then it would give you an option to disable the DVR. Well, now, even when you go to the back end of YouTube on your computer for a mobile stream, they have removed the option to turn off the DVR. You can only do it on an in-studio stream. And I you know what, J-Rom? I thought about it. I'm like, maybe this is a sign from God. I'm like, okay, screw it. Let the DVR on, right? If people watch, they watch. If they're not here live, who cares? They're still giving watch time, right? And I also started to allow subscribers, once again, to not have to wait any time at all before they can chat. I think those two things, are contributing to, getting some growth happening here again. So I'm going to allow, I'm not going to disable the DVR, the rewind, the DVR function, even on in-studio streams. So from here on out, the rewind will be available. The main reason why I used to do it is because if anything were to happen on one of my live streams in person, I wanted to put it to private. And that way no one could download it. But the last time something happened years ago on this channel at the park, where the mid-30s guy sent that former cop that lives nearby to stalk me in a PT Cruiser, and I went up to the guy in the PT Cruiser. I had the DVR function turned off, no rewind, and I immediately went off the air after that and put it to private, and the mid-30s guy had a copy of that. And he said that some other guy gave him a copy. No, dude, you were screen recording that yourself. You just will never admit it, right? That's the only reason why I did that, right? But now I just don't care anymore because I know how to avoid these people. I know how to stay out of situations where they can troll me even in real life. And even if they did troll me in real life, I'd go right up to them and say, hey, don't you have anything better to do? Isn't this, old? You made your point years ago. It's not funny anymore, right? You just learn how to handle things better. So yeah, hope that answers your question there. So he said he's still being sponsored. When did he say that, Michael? How long ago did he say he was still being sponsored? And what is his sponsor sponsoring? There are no sponsorship videos or any reference to his sponsor. I just don't get what his sponsor is getting out of this. Tax write-offs and cringy entertainment, fake instigating entertainment. All right. Let me see here. Can somebody type something? I want to make sure the chat's not frozen. Somebody type something. I want to make sure the chat's not frozen. I'll be right back. You just got her. Empress Janet with a $2 super sticker that says cool. Thank you, Empress Janet. Thank you for the $2 super sticker. He said he just spoke about it the other day. Okay, says Michael. Coach J-Rom, I just buffered due to my location. It was lagging, and I know you don't typically allow that. Yeah. Well, it's back now permanently. Empress Janet says hi. Lewis Floyd says you just got a super chat. Thank you. All right. So I want to talk about this lady. And I want to be very, very careful with how I present this. Not because it's anything bad. It's not. Because I really want her to understand that I'm on her side, and I always have been on her side, and I've always been on the side of good people. But I've also learned to understand that sometimes people end up doing things they really don't want to do, to get the attention of other people that they have feelings for or something like that. Everyone's done this in their life at one point or another. Okay, everyone has, done things that they typically wouldn't normally do. Because they feel love or they love or care for someone. I've done it myself. But this woman, we're going to refer to her as Mrs. Lycan, which is what people have been referring to her as for the last year or so, since she got involved with the mid-30s guy. And what a lot of people don't know is that, I've known this woman for years, and we were friends before she got involved with the mid-30s guy and his network, his drama network. And she's a very smart woman. Now, let me be real clear here to my woman, because women get jealous. All women get jealous when their guy talks about other women in a good way, but this is a professional way, babe. And I think my woman understands this, but I just want to be very, very clear that... Give me a second. This dude's walking with his shirt off, and he's talking business like, this stays off the record. This stays confidential. Like, dude, well, then why are you out here on a trail, speaking into a Bluetooth? Anyway, it's all good. So, yeah, I think my woman understands that I only care about her. But, I have other female friends that are just friends that I respect and I think are very smart, just like my woman is. Mrs. Lycan, former Mrs. Lycan, whatever. I don't even know what's going on. I assume it's that. I assume she's the former. If that is, I know what you're going through, ma'am. I feel for you. I had a feeling this day would come. I really wish it didn't come. And I know how much it's probably hurting you. And I'm not here to hurt you or cause you more pain. I'm here to be supportive. In the ways I told you I'd be supportive, whenever this would happen. If it happened. And so I was working with this woman very closely on some projects on YouTube. Like the end of 2019 throughout 2020. And she made me aware of many things that I wasn't aware of that tremendously helped me. She clearly explained to me what was going on with the sponsor of the mid-30s guy and the early 40s guy and other people that Texas Caregiver's been sponsoring, I really had no clue that, you know, and I may have never figured it out if it wasn't for her. I'm going to give her credit. This is why I have respect for her. This is it right here. I mean, there's more to it, but she's the one that made me aware of it, that there's a targeted hate attack on me. And she was the one that was very supportive and was helping me try to fight this off back in 2020. She was going through some things too. I helped her out as well. You know, there were people coming at her. She just wanted to do her thing. I wanted to do mine. And the reason why we worked so well together is because, like, most women are very intuitive. Like, my woman is extremely intuitive. And this Mrs. Lycan, former Mrs. Lycan woman, she's very intuitive too. The three most intuitive women that I've ever come across in my life. Number one, my mother. God, we would call her the Hawk. My mom blows you all away. Sorry. Whether it sounds biased or not, even in an unbiased way, my mother is the most intuitive damn woman on the planet. I didn't mean to say that, but you know what I'm saying, right? And number two is my woman. My woman, God, that woman can read my face. It's scary. And I can read her reading my face because I'm just as intuitive, which is rare for a man because men typically aren't as intuitive as women, like I've been saying. And the third most intuitive woman I've come across is this, let's just call her Mrs. Lycan, former Mrs. Lycan, however you want to say it, right? We'll just say Mrs. Lycan, former Mrs. Lycan. And I respected that. And she respected my intuition too, because between both of our, when we would put both of our intuitions together, we would figure everything out about what some people are doing on YouTube to hurt other people and to handle things, right? Now, I know back in those days, you know, a lot of people were questioning certain things that we did. And all I'll come out and say is this: everything that her and I ever did was for the better good. I did a stream in the past, recent past, called "The End Justifies the Means." Let me repeat that again. The end justifies the means. You know, I heard that phrase watching a TV show about a month ago, and I had heard it in the past, but you know, you hear phrases and you don't remember them unless, you know, you get reminded of them, right? When I heard that phrase on a TV show about a month ago, the end justifies the means, and hearing that phrase right now, okay, makes me more so understand, you know, some of the things that this woman and I did for the better good of everyone. It was always for the better good of everyone. And that's what people don't understand, right? And a lot of people didn't understand the things we did because they were just drama shit disturbers. And, you know, we were in essence stopping the drama and, you know, moving forward in professional and mature ways. So I have a lot of respect for her talent, a lot of respect for, you know, her intelligence. She's a great writer. She writes very well, proper English, you know, spelling and grammar. My lady's the same way. Let me throw on my lady every now and then because women get jealous even if you're just talking about a woman as a friend. That's all it is. It's a friendship. It was good friendship. I'm I'm going to go off the air, come right back. I need to reset the chat. All right, I'm back. Let me see here. Let me see. Ball tires in the rain. Good job. More people should care about this. The guy has become a nuisance to the internet and wreaks. I think you meant to say wreaks havoc. Yep, you're right, bro. Bex, hi there. Typed for you in the chat, Eli. Bex is part of my community. We support you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Janet. Yes, I'm part of Janet's community. I'll meet you more tomorrow. Thank you so much. And then that was probably my super troll trying to take a stab at J-Rom. You guys calling J-Rom what you guys have called me, right? How pathetic are these dudes? They call us cucks, and we're the furthest thing from one, right? And this is the funny thing. This mid-30s guy calls us all C-U-C-K-O-L-D-S, right? Yet he's the only one that's experienced anything near that. You know, with the activities his mother and father were doing in the home while he was being raised there. Bringing in a third party, right? It's all just a projection. It's all just, you know, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. I've got nothing exciting to talk about on YouTube. My life sucks, so I can't even, you know, do anything positive because I hate my miserable self, my miserable life. So I'm just going to be the biggest female dog on YouTube as a man. That's what I think he's decided to do. He's basically given up on himself. He has. Now back to the former Mrs. Lycan. I'm going to assume she's the former. I could be wrong. Again, like I said, it could all be a big game, but I don't think it is. But anyway, you know, a lot of people don't realize how much work her and I did for the better good of many, many good YouTubers on this platform. We really were trying to do the right thing and bring people together. And, you know, then something happened. You know, she fell for the mid-30s guy. And it created a big conflict of interest. And her and I were talking about it. And I told her, I said, you know, like, I'm not the kind of person that walks away from, you know, good friends, especially after everything you and I have experienced together and done to help people and help each other. I've never been one to walk away from something like that. There was no reason to walk away from that friendship besides the sheer fact of it being a conflict of interest, which is what I'm trying to say, with the mid-30s guy and him getting paid to create a targeted hate attack. You see, what happened during that time is it put me in a very bad spot, and it put the former Mrs. Lycan in a very bad spot. Because she was the one that made me aware of this. Now she's fallen in love with the guy that she once was helping me try to stop doing what he was doing to hurt me. And I told her this. I said, look, I don't want to get in the way of whatever you want to have. If you feel this is right in your heart and soul, do what you got to do. But I know what he's done to other people in the past, other women in the past, and other people. And I don't want to see you get hurt. But I'm not going to stop you from doing that. And even if I tried to, you wouldn't listen to me. But I wouldn't do that to anyone. So I said, I think it'd be best for us to part ways for now. And if it's different down the road, then it's different down the road. I'm always open to, working things out down the road if things are different. Again, this never had anything to do with her. It had to do with her association with the mid-30s guy. It was a conflict of interest. She was going to help him create fake instigated drama. And I was a part of that fake instigated drama, right? I was a part of making the mid-30s guy a ton of money with fake instigated drama over the last several years. He's still making money off me right now, simulcasting this, but I don't care, because in the long run, what he doesn't realize is that I'm going to continue rebuilding and building more great relationships, especially with people that figure out his game and are tired of it and then want to come back to do something genuine like myself, right? What he doesn't realize is in the end, we're going to see who's a successful one and who isn't. It's not about who's successful right now. It's about who's successful in the long run, long term. Like I've kept on saying, this just is not sustainable long term. The account was made today. I checked it out. Pathetic. Of course, it was probably my super troll, Lewis. Folks, please like this stream. Please share it out. Subscribe, bang the bell, and select the notifications. You need to be subscribed here in order to chat. Once you subscribe, you can chat immediately. The DVR function is back on. You can rewind on any of my live streams, whether they're from mobile or in the studio. I'm opening things back up, folks. I'm opening up the floodgates. Yes, there's still some security here, and there always will be. But we're reopening the floodgates. And we're going to take this to where it was supposed to go years ago. But it's never too late. It's never too late. Let me come sit here for a second. I'll be right back, folks. I'm going to reset the chat. Hey, Sky Church, how you doing? Welcome to the show. All right, let's continue here. So I just mentioned several things that this woman helped me with, tremendously helped me with. The most important thing was learning to understand what's actually happening with the targeted hate attack. And now learning to more so understand some other things that she made me aware of, that it's like clocking in and clocking out. The mid-30s guy clocks in, does what he's paid for by the fake sponsor, and then at the end of the day clocks out. It's for a paycheck. She made me aware of that. I appreciate that. Why would I not appreciate that? Right? A lot of people are thinking here, a lot of people have been wondering, hey, what have I been doing? What have I been thinking about what happened? Am I upset? I was never upset about this. I understood it. Yeah, it didn't make me happy that her and I couldn't be friends anymore, and other people that, she was associated with had connected me with, right? But you want to know something? I just accepted it and moved on, because for my friends, I want them to be happy. And what's most important for me when it comes to my friends is what makes them happy. If it's somebody that, they end up falling in love with or dating, and someone that I have a conflict of interest with, I'll back away and let them do what's going to make them happy. The thing is, it's hard for a woman to let anything go. So, she wanted my friendship and his love, and it just so happened to be that the guy she was in love with, it has been my worst enemy. I don't even consider him an enemy. It's just, he's been the guy that's been paid to, destroy my reputation and my brand and continue this targeted hate attack on me. It was a tough situation, folks, but that's the truth, right? It was tough for her, it was tough for me. And don't get me wrong, I did a lot of things for her too. I don't need to get into that. She knows what I did. She knows I did my part. She did hers. We were great collaborators. Now, to this current day, and this is something that my woman's just like this too, which is why I'm with my woman. My woman, like I've said all along, since I've been with her for the last 6 months, you've heard it on many streams here, my woman has moved mountains to make it work with me. I didn't ask her for anything. I never expected anything from her. But when a woman's really into you for the right reasons and she just feels the attraction and all that, she will move mountains for you. My woman has done that and still does that every day. This woman, the former Mrs. Lycan, moved mountains for that mid-30s guy. Every day, moved mountains. And he never once appreciated it. And I know she's probably going to say otherwise, and I know she's probably still hurting over it if this is what actually happened. I know the emotional attachment hurts. But the truth of the matter is, you moved mountains for this guy. You saved his sinking ship. If it wasn't for you, he'd be out of business. You sacrificed your own well-being and your own future for this guy. You sacrificed yourself for him. Now, I can respect that because that is true love and appreciation and happiness and all that. But it was not reciprocated. And maybe he did initially. Maybe he reciprocated in some way, shape, or form for a little while. But it was not reciprocated. It's never been reciprocated with anyone at the level people have given to him. I know the things that this woman did for me, and we weren't even dating. She was just my friend, and I still like to consider her a friend. We'll talk about that in a bit. She did a lot of things for me, so I know she did a lot more for him. A lot. Besides, all the fake instigated drama and stuff that she helped him try to create to keep his business going, right? Behind the scenes, there were probably many late night conversations where she was there to console him and to make him feel better when he was down about maybe not making as much money as he wanted to or other issues in his life, right? Ma'am, I bet you were there. And I bet you were there and you were giving him emotional support. I know how you are. I know you sincerely and genuinely gave it your all. here we are. No, I'm not going to say I told you so. I'm not going to tell anyone I told you so. I'm not here to criticize anyone or hurt anyone. I'm here to say, look, we've all had our experiences with the mid-30s guy and that entire network sponsored by Texas Caregiver. Mid-30s guy, early 40s guy, anyone else involved in that drama shit disturbing group, right? But now we can all move past this. We can all move past this and work together in more positive ways and create greatness and have lots of great shows to talk about many various important topics besides doing drama shit show panels that intentionally trigger people in a fake instigating way just to get a reaction to entertain an audience of people that are going to donate to that. Let me say this before I wrap up this segment of the former Mrs. Lycan. I don't have a problem with you. To this day, I never did. And I understand what you're going through. And if this is a fake instigating drama thing, then oh boy, then maybe I'm the fool, right? Call me the fool. If I'm the fool, I'm the fool. Right? So be it. I'll own it tomorrow if I'm the fool, right? But I think this is what's happening, right? I now understand why she went around and made amends with all these people. Shangy, with Susie, even with GLM. Maybe, who knows? You never know, but maybe this whole thing of all these friendships being rebuilt had to do with the fact that, you know, she was no longer going to be the Mrs. Lycan. Now, I could be wrong. Again, this could be a part of something being instigated, right, in a fake way. One can only hope it's not, right? Who knows? But yeah, no. I mean, I understand the friendships now. Now this is beginning to make sense. Now my intuition's kicking in, and it's beginning to make sense. Maybe she saw this coming. Maybe it was already. Maybe some deal was made behind the scenes for her to keep things quiet and for him to keep things quiet. That's what a lot of these people do. They make these deals. In my opinion, are a bunch of horse shit because they're always broken for more drama content down the road. So it's like, I don't make these deals. I am who I am, and I'm true to what I say I am, and true to what I say I'm going to do. It's pretty windy right now. Hope you can hear me. You know, even some people continue to question from the other side, what's that big furry ball in his face? This is called a windscreen. If I take this off, you wouldn't hear a damn thing I'm saying because the wind would cut out the microphone. That's why you get superb audio quality from my mobile streams, because I have this big furry ball in my face. I remember you, Mrs. Lycan, former Mrs. Lycan, even saying, don't worry about what they say about it. It sounds good and it works good. You have great audio, better than all of them when they're out in public. The ones that don't use something like you use, their audio crackles and the wind distorts it. Waiting for some people to pass on by. I'm going to go off the air for a second, folks. I'll be right back. Let me read the chat here. Not a lot of chatting happening in the chat. Who's still around? If you folks are still around, can you just at least put a 1 in the chat or say something? I want to know who's actually still around here. Just out of curiosity. If you can't, not a big deal. I know people are busy, they're multitasking, they're probably just listening to the audio, not a big deal. Got a couple of people here on the trail. Give me a second. I was just over at Lycans. You are a fool. She is with him right now. Can anyone else verify that? Because if that's the case, then they fooled everyone. Then we just figured it out. If that's the case, then it was just one big game all along. And I call me the fool. I don't care. I mentioned that at the beginning of this stream many times. Janet, do you know if she's over there with the mid-30s guy? Because if this was all one big game, then it's just one big game. And like I said, many times throughout this show, it could be one big act. Or maybe that stock account is just coming in here just to try and trigger us, right? The other day, people were telling me that she was sending people here to try to get me to ban J-Rom. Here's the thing, at the end of the day, if they went through such great lengths to get people to believe that they broke up and then this new Granny's watching chick is a new chick and blah blah blah, right? Then more power to them. They got so much time on their hands, more time than I did to pull off that kind of crap. And for what? For what? To get me to talk about it? Who cares? It doesn't matter. It's not affecting me at all. It's another super troll. The account was made today. They try to trigger you. He is streaming because he has no content. She is not there. Of course he's restreaming me. It's not a big deal. I don't care that he restreams me. Yeah, I don't care if he restreams me. It's not a big deal. Karma will take care of him in the end. Yeah, it's the super troll. You know what it is? It's probably the mid-30s guy. The mid-30 guy's audience. He's probably telling his audience behind the scenes in Discord to go in there and to try to say you're a fool. She's over here, right? And the bottom line is this. Even if it was one big game, like I said, so what, right? So what? Then there'd be something else to talk about. The extreme, time-consuming, and pathetic great lengths people will go through to pull off a little con like that. And how much is that going to better them? How much more money are they going to make off of that, right? What are they going to get out of that, right? Like, I want this guy to simulcast me every day for the rest of his life because it'll prove that he has nothing without me. It'll prove that he's getting paid to come at me, right? Because if he had other things to do, if he was getting paid to do other things, then he would actually do those things, right? And also, in addition, someone's coming here, so I'm not going to stay up here long. In addition, I forgot what I was going to say. When I remember, I'll say it again. Well, that woman that was over there, she just turned around. She didn't go to the observation deck. I'm going to go sit down here at this bench here for a few. And I'm going to start wrapping this up and get ready for my stream tonight from the studio at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be talking about how to, identify and avoid dating scams online on dating apps. The stream is already set, folks. If you want to go to my channel after this and click on it and share it out, I'd appreciate that. I'm going to go off the air, come right back, and see if there are any more chat messages. Sky Church, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for, Sky Church? Big up at Bush Boogie Riao Behave Darlin. Wait, what else is going on here? I can't see this. She's not in the chat or panel. He is using that as a cover. Yes, Eli, he does. More specific, Janet, because I forgot what I was saying. That yes, Eli, he does to what? I'm just kind of curious. I want to put this offer out here right now with no expectations. It's up to you folks. Up to the former Mrs. Lycan. I am trying to be as respectful as possible. Because I don't want to say too much, because I'm thinking this is more so true now, and I understand the amount of pain she's probably in. Ma'am, I'm willing to patch things up with you and some of those other people, or all those other people. I'm not saying we all have to be the best of friends. We can be if it's meant to be that way. I'm open to it. Or we can be collaborators or whatever, or occasionally talk or whatever. My door is open to you, Shangy, aka Patrick. I usually don't even address you by your name, but out of respect, I'll say Patrick, you're the mad Shangy. My door is open. Maybe we can talk on some panels and stuff too. And even to you, Susie, because I honestly think that if this is the case of where, Mrs. Lycan or the former Mrs. Lycan is no longer there, I'm sure everyone that she rebuilt relationships with is no longer a part of that either. And that all kind of went away. And maybe that's why the mid-30s guy's trying to desperately rebuild now with, Granny's watching or Natasha or something. Or maybe he was trying to do that while they were all still there. And it just created such a bigger shit show with the original people there, with the loyal people there, that they just decided to leave. I am sorry. I am upset, Janet. She lying. You, me. Sky Church, I don't know what you're trying to say. Who's lying about what? I don't care if someone's lying. I don't care if this has all been one big joke. It doesn't matter. I'm not triggered. I'm not pissed off. If it's all been one big joke, then Jesus, man, wow. The great lengths people will go through. I still did my show. I'm going to do my show tonight, and it's not a big deal. You're not going to get a reaction from me, even if it's one big joke. But we've got 18 thumbs up here. That's not bad. Again, Janet, if you're still around, thank you for your 2 super chats / super stickers for a total of $4. I appreciate that. Be more specific, Sky Church. I don't know what you're trying to say. But like I said, I don't expect any. Hang on. That plane's just loud. Flew right over real fast. I don't expect anything from any of you, but I'm opening up my doors. Or my door, or doors, whatever, right? We all have been victims of this. We've all dealt with some people that took advantage of us out here on this platform. Some of us, or some of them in a much bigger way than most of the other YouTubers, right? The mid-30s guy and the early 40s guy, they have been good at creating these big, large groups, and they indoctrinate you into their culture. They love bomb you at the door. And then if you go somewhere else, or you miss any other streams, or you don't donate enough, then they start to, slap you around. And then they try to make you feel guilty and control you to keep you around. Then you deal with that for a while, and then eventually you end up leaving because you have enough of it. It's like abuse, pretty much, is what it is. It's abuse. It is. Here's the thing. You can all tell me to F off, but I'm throwing it out there. To the former Mrs. Lycan, to Shangy, to Susie, even you, or anyone from that other side that has been brought back together by the former Mrs. Lycan. I'm more so leading to believe now this happened because of everyone's departure from the mid-30s group. And maybe it was done in the quiet way. I never heard anything about it, but it's interesting what's been happening. And then, I go to these channels, and people were, and I'm actually happy this isn't happening, but it's odd. Like most people are either not talking about me publicly, or they're doing it, they're doing it privately somewhere, or they're deleting it after. If they simulcast me, they're deleting it right after the simulcast, or right after the, live stream is over. $19 thumbs up. Please get those thumbs up, folks. Please like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications. If you want to, if you're getting great value here, if you learned something here today, and you want to show your support, show that we're heading in the right direction. If you want to make a donation to this channel, you can do it by super chat or super sticker at the bottom of this chat, or you can send a Cash App or PayPal donation. Nightbot sharing my links in the chat every 7 minutes, or you can go below in the description, and the links are there to my Cash App and PayPal. Donations are not required, but they are greatly appreciated. I'm not going to remove you or get mad at you if you don't donate. You throw it out there, and people just donate when they feel naturally inclined to do so. I'm going to shut this down and come right back to reset the chat, and I'm going to share my final thoughts as I walk out. So start getting any other questions, comments, and concerns in the chat right now. Be right back. Okay, no new messages. All right, folks, I'm starting to head back out now. We're going to be wrapping this up in about 10 minutes or less. Maybe 12 minutes or less. Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on here. I'm highly assuming this has happened, what I mentioned here today. I've heard it from a few people. I started hearing about this yesterday, and I really wanted to hear a little bit more and try to see more so what's going on. And quite frankly, I don't have any investment in the drama aspect. My only investment here is to be there for people that now feel used and abused and have been taken advantage of. Want to, roll out the red carpet for you, despite what happened in the past, because I understand why it happened. And I've been through the same thing. And this is something unlike anything I've ever experienced, and same for many of you. I just got to tell you honestly, I've never, ever met any one single human being that's like the mid-30s millennial guy. Not even any other millennials like him. And I got to be honest with you. I don't respect the mid-40s I don't respect the early 40s guy. But if I had to choose one to respect more than the other, it'd be the early 40s guy. I respect him a lot more than I will ever respect the mid-30s guy, unless he really turns things around. There are a bunch of chicks like on the shore right here. And when I'm talking chicks, I'm talking real chicks, like not like women chicks, real chicks. Beautiful. Mid-30s guy, why don't you keep this publicly available on your main channel instead of re-uploading a backup copy to your monetized channel? Or why don't you just run it from your new monetized channel and leave it there? Is it because you're still getting more traction on the one that just got demonetized over the one that's still monetized, the After Dark one? Got some people coming here, folks. Give me a second here. Fun Edits. Who's Fun Edits? Welcome to the show, whoever you are. Yeah, I'll just say this, folks. It's just really sad what has happened here. The whole thing is one sad case shit show, Who knows? Maybe one day I'll write a book about this, or maybe I will make an actual movie on this that will be hosted elsewhere off of YouTube. And just show everything that happened. I mean, it's a fascinating story. It's just a fascinating story. I think everyone can agree with me on one thing here. And this is without even trying to be disrespectful, because the thing is, I don't hate anyone, including the mid-30s guy. I don't hate you, dude. I just hate what you do to make money. And you know, dude, you even know that what you're doing is not real. It's fake. But you got to play it off to your audience that it's not fake and question everything I say and do, because if you don't and you tell them the truth, you're going to lose whatever's left of that audience, right? I mean, can you tell your audience right now, dude, that everything you've done is real? Like, everything that you've done to myself or other people or them, can you tell them that everything that you've done was completely spur of the moment and just happened naturally and none of it was planned or skidded? The many times, sir, that you went over to my blind YouTuber friend's channel, RJ Sandiford's channel, and you took advantage of a blind and autistic man because he wanted to work with me and create positive content. So you convinced him to come back to your end by manipulating him. The fire alarms are going off over here at the at the apartments. They are doing testing. Okay, I think they're off now. Nope. They're going to keep going off. Oh well. It's very distracting. Very distracting. Hopefully they're turned off because those alarms are so loud. All the new apartments have the same alarm systems like that. They're the modern day fire alarm systems. That's the law. Folks, get your questions, concerns in the chat. We have 19 thumbs up. Let's try to get it to 20 thumbs up at least, or maybe 25 before the show ends. We've got about 5 minutes left. Somebody's just standing by the front door. Give me a second here. I'm going to walk past this guy that's right there. Give me a second. Okay. Where are you going, dude? Now you're standing in front of the door? Oh, he's waiting for a friend and a lady. A guy friend and a lady friend. I'm going to wait right here for those folks to... Okay. They're just standing by the front door, so I'm not going to wait. Excuse me. Thank you. Man, that's not a spot to stand at and talk right by the front door. That multiple people come in and out, especially during a COVID time. I'm fully vaccinated and boosted, but still, you know. Anyway, some people just aren't aware of their surroundings. I always am. Get your questions, comments, concerns in the chat, folks. I'm going to cross the street here and head back to my car and check the chat one more time in just a couple minutes here. So get any final questions in right now, because I'm going to go off the air to reset the chat and then come back, read one more set of chat notes, or chat messages, and then call it a show, go home, eat some dinner, and then get ready for the night stream coming up tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be going over an article that my girlfriend sent me. We're going to be discussing, how to identify and avoid scams on dating apps or something of that sort. I've got the exact title on a stream that's already been scheduled. It's on my channel. You can go over there once this ends and click on it and share it out. I'd appreciate that. And folks, you know, I would just give me a second here. Got a bunch of babies coming in strollers, taking up the entire sidewalk. So I gotta pass this way. Folks, I would appreciate it if we can move on from this. You know, if something new transpires, I'll make you aware of it. But there was a lot for me that I had to say about this today. I have a lot invested into it. You know, time-wise, money-wise, emotion-wise. A lot of great people that, you know, I was pinned and pitted up against, all because of this fake instigated drama. Again, if anyone else wants to reach out to me, please email me at coacheli at coacheli@eliasmelas.com. I do not want any negative emails from anyone. Everything I said here was positive and respectful, and that's how I feel. That's how I want to keep it. If this ends up being a game, then so be it. Let them talk about me all night and all weekend and all next week. I don't really care. I don't. But tonight, they're going to talk about how Natasha is creating fraud or something, and I've never seen any proof of that. Or, they say some people are saying she's been scamming people for years, yet she's still on YouTube, monetized on many channels, right? You know, there are ways that you can get people's accounts shut down, even if they've done nothing wrong. There are people out there that will manipulate documents and stuff like that, and manipulate things just to do that, to harm someone because of jealousy. It's just ridiculous. What goes around comes around. All right, folks, I'm back. Yes, they are very super loud, especially mine, smoke detectors. All right, folks, no more messages here. Folks, I'm going to wrap this up. Thank you to everyone for being here. Again, if anyone wants to reach out to me and reconnect, it's all good. You know, my door is open. Coach Eli at coacheli@eliasmelas.com is my email below in the description. If that is blocked, if you don't hear back from me within a day, then you're going to want to send that email to the alternate. Okay, Sanctuary, SANCTUARY at coacheli@eliasmelas.com. It's also below in the description. Have yourselves a good one. Join me tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Pacific from the studio. I'm going to be doing some, how to protect yourself, how to identify and protect yourself from online dating or dating app scams. And then I'm going to throw in also a Reddit posting that's pretty good. It's going to be about an hour and a half to 2 hour show. Have yourselves a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other. See you all later tonight. Bye-bye.